welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin, and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. Today's video is going to be my April makeup basket and my next update for my Pan That Palette project. So let's go ahead and get into it. First of all, I will go ahead and link you to March's edition of this video up in the cards if you would like to go back and take a look at my Pan That Palette progress. I do have another empty to share with you, so that is 2 pans down. So let me just go ahead, tip you down, and we'll take a look. I will go through how many times I used each shade and maybe set some goals for this month. Now, I do want to preface this by saying it is already April 13th. I wanted to film this at the beginning of the month, but if you watched my empties video or my Project Pan video, which went up right before this, you will know that I was dealing with a pretty bad case of pink eye in March. So that meant that videos kind of got a bit discombobulated, and I'm still trying to kind of get back on track. So I apologize that this is already like halfway through the month, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead now and take a look at my Tarte Buried Treasures palette. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at a reminder of what the palette looked like in March. And here's what the palette is looking like on April 13th. So you can see there are 2 empties, but really only one of them happened in March. So let's go ahead and go through. This shade is Skipper. I used this 7 times in March. I have since completed this. I finished it on April 12th, and it took a total of 22 uses. So this one is done, but I didn't finish it in March. This was an April empty. This shade is Snorkel. I did not use this at all in March. Next to that is Booty, which I used 10 times. This little one right here is Coconut, which I used 5 times. And this shade, the other empty, is Plank. I used this 14 times in March, and I finished it mid-month, but I forgot to write the date down. But it did take me a total of 55 uses to finish this shade. Coming down here, I have Dive, which I used 6 times. This one is Fin, which I used 2 times. This one is Palm, which I used 4 times. This one is Naughty, which I used 0 times. And the final shade is Coin, which I used 3 times. And you can see this one now also has pan. So I'm very excited because that means every shade except for Coconut and Naughty now have some kind of pan in them. So that makes me really happy, and I'm hopeful that I will be able to get at least one more empty before the halfway point of the year. Now that that is out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the other items that I've put in this month's makeup basket. I am not doing a Shop My Stash type video here at all because, again, we're already midway through the month. So these are the items that I have been using up to this point in April and will continue to use for the remainder of the month. Now let's go ahead and chat about the other makeup items I have been using in the month of April. So if you watched my empties video, you will have seen this one. This is the Seal the Deal Matte Finish Setting Spray from Flower Beauty. I've actually been using this more as a primer, and it's been working pretty well in that capacity. For my base, I am still using this CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream. This is in the shade Fair. I've also been using this Dr. Jart Cicapair Tiger Grass Color Correcting Treatment because I've had a lot of redness on my cheeks. This is just a green color correcting tint. It's kind of very similar to almost like a moisturizer. Sometimes I will use this on my whole face, but right now I'm just using this on my cheeks to kind of take care of some redness. I've also needed to break back out this NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This is in the shade Vanilla because I have had a few breakouts the last month or so. So this is what that looks like. So I only use this for spot treatment. And I am still using this same concealer from NYX for my under eyes. This is the NYX Bare With Me Concealer Serum, and this is just in the shade Light. For powders, I still have the same two I talked about last month. So for my face setting powder, I am using the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I don't love this. Some people say that they find this really mattifying. I do not. So this is not my favorite. I will not be repurchasing this once it's finished, but I am going to go ahead and finish this up. I did replace the powder puff here with a larger one. The one that came with it was kind of small. So this just came in like a 3-pack from Amazon that I picked up, and that is what I'm using to apply it. And for my under eyes, I have this LYS Triple Fix powder. Obviously, this is very reflective. Apologies. So this is what I am using on my under eyes. This is in the shade Translucent. Yep, Resilience, which is the translucent shade. I am going to completely skip blushes. I talk about the two blushes that I am currently using in my Project Pan, but I am using the Too Faced Papa Don't Peach and the Benefit Rockateur blush this month, and I am only focusing on those, so I'm not putting any other blushes into this makeup basket. For bronzer, I'm still using my Bare Minerals Invisible Bronze, and then I do have this highlighter here. This is from Becca, and this is in Champagne Pop. So this one has been in my makeup basket for a while now. Same with this bronzer. It's the only bronzer that I really like. So those are the same two products from previous makeup baskets that I am continuing to use. Switching to brows, I did pick up a new brow powder duo from ABH. I had to pick up a new one, as you can see, brand new, because the previous one that I had a lot of pan in it, and I accidentally dropped it and it shattered everywhere. So I had to replace it with a new one. I do like this combo quite a lot. This lighter shade I use at like the larger part of my brows. This is for the arch and the tail. So this works really well for me, matches my natural brow color really nicely and applies really easily. And then I do follow it up with the Glossier Boy Brow. This is in the shade Brown, I believe. Yep, Brown. And if I need to, I also go in with this Maybelline Express Brow Pencil. This is a really fine brow pencil, and I mostly use it in the arch and the tail if I need a little bit more than the powder can give me. Switching to eyes, I still have my Ulta Beauty Matte Eye Primer. This one is getting kind of low. It's getting a little bit hard to squeeze out, and I'm not sure that I will be able to cut it open because I feel like that will just be incredibly messy. So I'm just going to keep squeezing it down to the bottom until I can't get any more product out, and then I will purchase something else. My eyeliner is this Essence Superfine Brush Liner. Just like the name implies, this has a very fine tip and I'm really enjoying it. It's also really inexpensive. And for my mascara, I am using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara. I had to throw away the telescopic mascara that I was using because I had pink eye, so this is the replacement. I don't love this. I had used this a really long time ago, and I kind of forgot that the reason I don't like this on me is that it kind of flakes off and is kind of messy. So once this is done, I will not repurchase this, and I'm going to just have to remember for future use that this is not a mascara that I personally enjoy. Okay, now let's talk about something a little bit more fun. I did pull out 2 Natasha Denona palettes to use this month in combination with my Tarte palette, obviously. So first of all, I pulled back out this Retro Glam palette. This one just makes me think of spring with like the light greens and the pinks. So I've been having a bit of fun using this. Today I am wearing Belle, Lucy, and Flutter. Flutter is kind of messy. You can see it like flakes off, but I really like the shade. This is what's all over my lid. I also put Flare on my lower lash line. And then this is a palette that I received for Christmas. This is the I Need a Nude palette. I have not had a chance to use this, but this is right up my alley. I love these nude shades. I'm really excited to try these shimmer shades, and I feel like this one should work okay with the Tarte palette. So there is some crossover here of shades. You can see the Tarte palette has kind of these purples. There's none of that in here, but these other shades are super comparable. So I feel like I can combine these quite nicely and get some nice looks. I also just pulled this one out though because I wanted, again, more springy colors. So I don't know that I will combine this one with the Tarte one, but I did want to give this one a bit more love. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.